Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Sex Talk with T.Graye on WEMS Radio. It is me, you guys, your host, T.Graye, and I hope everybody is breathing a sigh of relief right now. I know everybody was waiting on that verdict, and everybody's head is heavy, hearts are heavy, but we're going to have some fun. We're going to lighten the mood up. We're going to get a couple of laughs. We're going to talk about sex, and we're going to keep pushing because that's what we do as a people. We're going to keep pushing. So, welcome to Show and Tell Tuesday. I hope you guys got your toys ready because we're going to talk about it. And I have a dynamic guest in the house with me tonight, you guys. Tear shit up in Kansas and everywhere else. If you haven't come across this young lady, if you haven't seen her, haven't heard her perform, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with you. I don't know what kind of rock you under, because she is ripping it up all over the place, you guys. I got Banks with me tonight. Come on in, Janelle.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, right, girl. I'm so
Hey.
glad you came on to do the show with me.
Yes. Let me
I
take my
appreciate
glasses
you.
off.
I appreciate you. Look, I have been waiting to have a toy show. And during the show, you guys, y'all already know. If you pay attention and you've been watching, y'all already know my producer got a whole lot of toys at home. So we're going to bring him in at some point too, because I feel like he going to be dropping some gems on us. He probably know all the
Yes.
new shit. He the baby D of sex toys. He, he know all the new shit that ain't been all the shit that's coming in 2022.
I need a friend like that.
Shit, bitch, we all do. But welcome. It's good to see
It is
you.
good to see you as well. It's good to see you doing good in the panty. So, yes.
Yes, yes. So much is happening just in the world and around us. And I know with you being a comedian, there's so many times that you will have to take very heavy things to the stage. And not only is that your place to work it out for us, but that's your place to work it out for yourselves. So just you look, I don't want to start on the but sometimes we have to. Like,
Yes.
how do you feel going forward in comedy with this new news? Like, is this eventually going to be a part of your set of how you work it out dealing with this verdict?
Well, the funny thing about it is, and I hate to use your platform to talk about this, but
No,
last
girl,
week,
don't know by all means. We talk about anything on here.
girl, well, listen, last Tuesday, to be exactly, I did a show at a gay
Mhm.
bar, and people would like to call it heckling. I don't call it heckling when someone is just drunk and belligerent and having their own conversation with people throughout a show. That's not
Mhm.
heckling. That's the person
Mhm.
who just don't want to be at a show.
Right,
Um,
right.
and at some point I just kind of addressed it being a comedian, like trying to dance around it. And basically, to make a long story short, this woman proceeded to yell white. She has white privilege and white power at me and a whole bunch of other obscenities, and just white
Mhm.
power. And I'm proud to be white and white pride. And I'm like, girl, we are in a gay bar. What? All I see is Roy G. Biv in here. Chill out.
Right, right.
Just trying to de-escalate the situation. So, like people talk about Karen experiences and they post them online, and I
Mhm.
see them, but I've never like actually had an encounter with
Mhm.
one. So,
Mhm.
of course, just dealing with the type of personality I have and the humor I have, like, of course, I'm gonna make fun of it. I have to. Like, that's just how I'm coping with it, and just what I think makes the whole situation not so detrimental and harmful in my life, just
Right.
to, put humor in it. And for real, as comedians, I think this is the time in America where people need us. Ever since the pandemic popped off, I'm like, we're kind of like pastors, not to put us on that pedestal,
But
but
you are.
we give people words and wisdom to kind of push through, or just kind of not necessarily negate what's going on in the world, but kind of just be able to maneuver and live with it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
comedy is very important. People should definitely use it right now. It's a great tool and resource. And of course, laughter is linked to science, and it helps with so many things within our body and boosting our immune system.
Yeah, laughter definitely does heal. It has helped to get me through so many things. And I know that as this country, and I know that a lot of people look at this verdict as this is our turning point. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So as this country even begins to move towards some level of healing, although there's so much, you know what I mean? Because then you still got to deal with the other young man in the same city, you know what I mean, same state, whatever the case, and same police force, you know what I mean? People still losing their lives. So
Right. I mean, and it was mentioned time and time again. This area is a place in the country where there is a huge divide amongst citizens and police. But even not to mention with that situation, as this verdict was happening, a 15-year-old was murdered, a 15-year-old female.
wow.
So I mean, and she called the police for help, and they just showed up shooting a 15-year-old girl today. You know what I'm saying? So just in the same time that we think we've got justice out of all these cases, like I broke down and cried because I just see all these clips playing over and over and over again. And then we get one time where we have justice,
Mhm, mhm.
and then on the other hand, we're just slapped in the face. So it's sometimes, man, just the weight of being black and being, people just don't even understand it. So I think that's, as comedians, we use humor to combat this. And before we were comedians, we just, we were those kids that used humor.
Mhm. Most definitely. So I certainly hope that people are able to just heal from this point. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I said, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done in this country. First off, racism isn't necessarily going to die until people stop teaching their children to be racist. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's the only way that it keeps going is because races raise other races.
Yeah.
Um, but just in dealing with the police force, just in them killing us at a substantial rate, especially unarmed, especially,
Mhm.
without cause, and then their counterparts are able to just walk around here, shoot up 30 motherfuckers, and it's fine. Like, hopefully, this begins a new trend in them being held accountable. It's been so many times, just one too many times, where the police walk into the courtroom and they walk right back out the same way they walked in. No
Mhm.
cuffs. They free. They acquitted. They mistrial. They hung. Like, it's too many times. Um, so even if Derek Chauvin had to be an example, goddamn it, I'm glad the
Mhm.
example had to start somewhere. So
Absolutely.
hopefully, hopefully things will get better from here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Definitely. That's the hope. I don't want us to be having this conversation 20, 30 years from now and be like, damn, Janelle, remember? Oh, shit's still the same. Like, I don't, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I know that, say, 30 years ago, people was like, you was so much worse. 60 years ago was so much worse. You're right. It was. It was. Maybe it was way more violent. But I think also the difference is they didn't have cameras to show you this shit all the
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
And now, just the way that society operates, it's so in our face. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you might not have 10 and 20 people hanging from a tree that you get up and see in the newspaper a week later. But when you watch a man die on your TV in real time, in real like that, to me, I feel like that's so much more detrimental to our psyche. It's so much more detrimental to our children for what they see and what they learn to expect is what's right and what's wrong in this world. So it's so much.
Absolutely,
It's
girl.
so much. You say, look, don't bring it to this platform. I got 4 shows. We can talk about this shit on any one of them.
Listen, honey, I was
So,
trying not to be a revolutionary right now, but
girl, I am.
well,
Let's have
let's
it
talk
be
about
great.
how we are coping with the revolution.
No, it's cool. Shit, let me tell you something. As long as my name is on the screamage, we can talk about whatever we want. Don't ever
Yeah.
get that twisted. And that's just a public service announcement for anybody, whoever comes on any one of my platforms. Don't think because the title says sex or the title says love or comedy or whatever the case may be that we can't dive into some real shit.
Yeah.
What's going on in
Absolutely.
this world is way more important. People always gonna be fucking. We could always talk about this. I'm gonna be back here next week. So yeah, no, feel totally comfortable to dive into whatever. Seriously.
Absolutely. Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate it, sis, because that was just, whew, child. My heart is just super heavy today. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
mm-mm-mm.
I understand. I get it, but it's okay. Look, since we're gonna talk about how we cope.
Yes. Sometimes we don't need dope to cope when you're dope. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes. Sometimes you just need to bust a nut. Amen. Amen.
Mm-hmm. Let me put on my glasses. I feel like I need to be super, like, just sophisticated for this part of the conversation.
Yeah, so you guys, we are here for Show and Tell Tuesday, you guys. We are talking sex toys tonight. Um, and look, I've been trying to do a sex toy episode for a minute and been putting it off, putting it off. And then Janelle was like, "Well, I gotta tell you about this." I said, "Well, shit, hey, no time like the present." So let's show and tell. What is your toy? And tell everybody about it.
Well, listen, I mean, it's trending. It's everywhere. It is. What is crazy about this is I cannot tell you the name of it because they're really, I mean, of course everybody calls it the rose if you look at it, but
Mhm.
any platform you purchase it off of literally has, like, it's literally this long ass title: clitoris sucking, nipple sucking, vibrating, stimulating rose. Like, like it literally
Right.
gives its scientific name,
It
basically.
does everything. From some
Yeah.
point
And
on.
so I was skeptical. I'm not a vibrator girl, like I prefer to go manually.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
so I was skeptical, but then, I just the description of said flower will pipe your interest. And I'm a frugal girl. And one thing I do hate about sex toys is that they're kind of expensive. You know what I'm saying?
It's
They're
stupid expensive.
stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
it's like going to buy a pair of Jordans. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I try to be economically reasonable, knowing that I can be stimulated for free. So, and so, I saw a sale. And so I got it. I was like, fuck it. That's a good deal. Whatever. So it has been by far the best purchase I've ever made in my life. It is amazing. And what I do fear from this toy is that I'll never be able to go back and have sex with the person because I'm
Oh
just like,
wow.
girl, you don't do it for me. I mean, this
Wow.
this toy has made me climax in ways that I didn't know I was capable of. Um, yeah, I've never been like, I don't frown up on squirting. I
Mhm.
just, like, when I feel like I'm about to do that, I hold back or I black out and deny that I did it. So,
Why? It's
girl,
a
I
beautiful
don't, because it just
process.
I'm not. It just feels so weird to me. And I mean, I understand that other women enjoy it and like it, and that's their bag. But, I had a situation where a girl kept squirting and it kept getting in my hair. I have very long hair. And
Oh
so
yeah.
I was just irritated as shit because my hair was already up in a bun, girl. Like, what are you
Listen.
doing?
Listen.
So
What you
yeah.
not fit to do is get your juices in these dreads. Was what you not.
I mean, because it's like, not only do I have to wash them, and then there's a retwist involved. You know what I'm saying? So there's levels to don't pee in my hair. Basically, is what I feel like. Um, so the rose, that's just what I'm afraid of, is that I'm gonna be like, oh, can't nobody do it like I do. You know. Um, it has, I don't even know how many speeds it has. Last night, this is the thing, I think because I started using it so much, I had to tap into those other speeds that I thought I could never take. But you know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Yeah, like I
Wow.
went from taking 5 inches to 10 inches basically with this rose, in a metaphorical way. It is just, I mean, it's, oh, girls, ladies, just listen. Hear me.
So I want to know because I, even though you guys, I talk about sex and I use toys, I use them very minimally. And I really need to in 2021 make more of an investment in toys and in finding, other ways, especially for when I masturbate. So of course I have questions because I haven't seen the rose and I want to see like what is the movement when you cut it on? Can you show us
So
when you cut it
yeah,
on what it
so
does?
you know how when you see speakers in the back of a car and they like
Yes.
boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
This essentially is what I feel like that mimics. Um, it let me turn it on. So I have it on, and it blows air. I don't really feel the air like that, but once it's down there and it sucks because it suctions on to your clit. So that is where, and you don't realize it's doing it, but this part right here, it's like the inside of the speaker, that little middle
Oh,
part, and that is the part that
that's
suctions
giving you
onto
the
your clit. Yeah.
I got you. I
And
got you.
so what I have found, because I'm on it, so this is the speed. Hold on. Is it this one? This is dangerous.
First off, bitch, when I look on the inside, it
Yeah,
looked like it's fucking some shit.
you see that?
Soon
Like,
as you cut it on, I could see
and
it
then
moving on
on
the
top of
inside.
that, like it's like a
Hey,
gun. It's just
Steve.
like, so yeah. Like
So, you guys, if
what do
you're
you think?
watching, I definitely want you to chime in. I want you to comment on what is your most favorite sex toy. So, because I am an old school gal, you guys, I feel like I'm such a novice. I have to get re-educated. I'm about to start hitting up all the sex shops. If you guys know a good sex shop in the DMV area, send it to me. Um, so I'm old school. I too am, will go ahead with just myself because it's quick. I'm gonna just be quite honest with y'all. I'm a little lazy in the masturbation
But
department. I'm
but
like
you know how when
9
your
minutes, I'm
fingers
out.
start to cramp up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can bust
And
this shit
your
in
wrist
30
kind of
seconds if I
starts
got
to
time.
cramp up. Or like for me, when I come, like I kind of, like then I can't touch it. I'm like, huh,
Yeah,
huh.
yeah, yeah.
So that
Yeah.
becomes, but you want to keep going, right?
Right.
So I love that because you just sit it there and it just boom, like it you don't have to do no work, sis. Like now sometimes I just be so nasty. I start grinding and winding like I'm in Jamaica and shit. Just you know.
And
But
so show us in the Rose vibrators available on Amazon.
yes, also it's available on Groupon. On Amazon, I think it runs in between $40 to $45, depending on what vendor. But on
Oh,
Groupon, they have it for $27.
say word. First off, Groupon. Y'all out here showing off, undercutting
No, no, no,
Amazon.
no. No, somebody sold them to Groupon to sell, so you can't be mad at Groupon.
Cannot be mad at Groupon.
But
Cannot.
I will say, excuse me, my allergies are killing me. I will say this. With Groupon, if you're really waiting for it, don't get it with Groupon because they shipping is horrible. Like you
Oh yeah.
you don't want to do
Yeah.
that.
So now look, now we're gonna be sending people all over to Amazon to get their Rose vibrators and to get it in. So for the sensation, you said it, so now it works on your clit and it also works on your nipples. What is the feeling for you on your nipples on a scale of 1 to 10? What's it doing for you?
Girl, I ain't even made it that far. It is just I just use it down there. I guess I could try that tonight, but I want to hear about the nipples.
I mean, so everybody has different erogenous zones. You know what I mean? So some women can legitimately have a fantastic orgasm from just their nipples or just their feet or what have you.
Mhm.
A lot of women can. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking nothing
I'm a
away
nipple
from
orgasm girl, so yeah, I'm there. But once I got here, I was like, oh my god, it's
So another thing that I'm always trying to figure out to make sure that I have absolutely correct is the disinfection portion. Like, how do you clean your rose?
So that is what I was nervous about. I did see on YouTube a girl was using like facial wash, an
Mm,
antibacterial facial wash. So that is what I started using, and I use Dr. Bonner's castor soap or Castile soap, just because I'm scared to use like a like a cleaner because I don't,
mm,
being that it suctions onto my area, I don't want to like be down there irritating and
right.
and also it's very new to my body. So that's the last thing I want to do is use something, that can affect my pH or just be
Mhm.
having me down there scratching and, gnawing on myself. So
Yes.
yeah, that is what I'm using. And because it has like all these little folds and creases like a real coochie, you gotta get up in there. I would recommend
Amen.
purchasing its own like little toothbrush or whatnot. That's what I'm using.
Amen. And so men have um something similar to that level of suction, not necessarily shaped like a vagina, but supposed to provide that same sensation as a vagina. So, if you guys watched the show last week, Kenny Williams was here celebrating 30 years in the game, and then he also shared about his Mimi, okay? Because he gave it a name, and it's a toy that is just for him but has the filling sensation of a vagina. And
Hmm.
he gave her a whole name. I said, oh, okay. So you guys, men out there who think that well, fleshlight, look, WEMS radio always
Oh,
know the
okay.
name of every
Okay.
goddamn thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So for all you guys out there who say, okay, well, yeah, we just get the toys for the woman, or you just want to watch the woman, or there's nothing out there for you. There are a lot of things out there for you. Now, granted, I know you all have the expensive sex dolls. I know you all can get the torsos and stuff like that. But if you want something that's less expensive, something that's a little bit more handy, something that you can also use with your partner and have a little bit more fun with it, then apparently it's called the fleshlight. You can use that. That's a fun toy for men. Women, it's okay to go out and buy some toys for your man. Everything ain't got to be about you all the time. um
Mhm.
but so your girl T.Graye again, I'm a little old school, so I brought down to share with you all my two favorite toys. Okay, since it's show and tell Tuesday, I will show you all this.
Okay. Is that
So
like, it
first
looks
thing,
like a duck? Is that
so this part is like a butterfly. If
okay?
you all
Okay.
can see it. That part's like a butterfly. So of
Okay.
course, you guys, this is supposed to rest against your clit, and then it has ridges in it to sit to provide that extra stimulation. And then of course, this can either go in my ass or in my cooch, wherever I so choose for it to be at the moment. And it is fantastic. Look how cheap I am. I only need 3/4 speeds. I don't need no 10/12. I don't need all that. The fuck I'm gonna do with all that?
So is it battery operated?
It is, and it's
Okay.
waterproof.
Okay.
So, of course, it can go in the bathtub, it can go in the shower. It's very, very easy to clean. That's one reason why I like it. The only thing, so I like oils and stuff. So when I'm using it, because it is a silicone material, the oil and the silicone, y'all, that get me there. And this
You
is
know
so
what? I just
simple.
got the visual. Yes, Lord. I love it.
Amen. Okay, because that don't look good. So this is so simple, and I know you guys are gonna be like T.Graye. We would expect more from you. I don't care. This right here, this right here is like my best friend, you guys. Okay.
It's
Now,
cute.
when we talk about sex toys being expensive, this shit was $60. You would think $60 would get me more. Let me do how the people do on YouTube. You would think that $60 would get me more visually. But this motherfucker here, I think I probably come off of this person, off of this toy than I have off of a human. Probably.
Mm, mm.
Probably. And I've had it for years, you guys. I'm not even gonna tell you guys how old this is, and look how brand new it still looks because it is fantastic. Like it was a solid investment. So even though I spent $60 on it, I got my money's worth. And these ridges here, you guys, these little joints right here, they
Mm-hmm.
work everywhere. They work everywhere. This all right for nipple play. It's all right for clitoral play, anal play, all that, you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I am gonna step my game up, okay? Because 2021, I want to have a whole lot more fun in the bedroom, especially when it comes to my masturbation. Like women, we know our bodies. I think we probably men probably masturbate more, but I don't know. Um, so I know myself so well that I come almost too quickly when I masturbate. Like, and I even try not to, but like I know that spot that's gonna get me like 30 seconds. Like if I need to hurry up and bust one before I go to work just so my ass can be
Right.
right.
I thought I was
Listen,
the only one.
girl, because some people
Yes.
come into work with a real effed up attitude, and all they needed to do was bust one before they got there. I'm not one of them people. If I know in the morning I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, let me go ahead and get this up out of my system real quick so I don't give all this negative energy to these people. Okay, bust that negative energy about your system. Okay, that's just words to the wise. And some things that I always have to have on hand because I'm afraid. I always gotta have some cuffs. If
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
fucking around with T.Graye and you ain't got nothing to restrain me, shoot yourself. Okay? I'm talking cuffs, ties, chains. I don't give a fuck what it is. If
You
you
better
not
get some
tying
socks.
me up, hey, if you ain't restraining my ass, that's like having a killer on the loose in the bedroom. So I absolutely got to be restrained at all times. And then my favorite thing for me, I will go to work with these Jones, you guys, and fuck people heads up because people be hearing these bells and don't know where the hell it's coming from. These are my nipple clamps. So my nipples are extremely, extremely sensitive. That's probably like my number one erogenous zone. So I can definitely be one of those women who you can get me to a major climactic point just through my nipples. So I like pressure and I like for it to be just, you know, these are not it's not what's the word? It's not painful if this is something that you're into. But if you haven't tried them before and you know that you enjoy your nipple manipulation, men or women, I would challenge you to get some. Challenge and then wear this shit to work. Get you some shit that makes some motherfucking noise and fuck up them white people's heads at work. Cause they just, what is that noise? Where are them bells?
Who
I
brought a
don't know.
cat to work?
Doesn't sound like a be like T crazy.
I don't like it. I
At
never
the
thought
comedy
about
show,
that.
be like, y'all hear them bells? God damn it. That's T. Wouldn't look, don't nobody know but me and you ain't they're not gonna watch this. Ain't nobody gonna
I like it. I would like the link to that. I'm looking at the bottom of the screen for that to pop up. I'm just like, when is he gonna put the link up for the nipple bell clips? Like,
Oh, but you can get those anywhere. But one thing that I've noticed just when it comes to using sex toys, I really feel like you have to be secure with yourself because so many people are afraid to try things. Everybody has this long list of shit of what they're not going to do in the bedroom, what they're not going to bring to the bedroom, what they're not going to try in the bedroom. And me, I'm one of those people. Let me lay about 10 things out on this bed and you just pick some shit. Okay.
oh
Look, we
yes,
got the Adam and Eve site up. Adam and Eve ain't sponsoring this, but you guys, $12.97, you can't beat that.
don't they have
You
like a
can't beat
buy
that.
one
That
get one off
fucking
something sale too?
listen, they got the collar with the nipple clamps for 1947. Okay, you
Oh
can't beat
yeah,
it. You
oh
can't
yeah.
beat it. Okay, if you want to be just led around the bedroom with a collar and a chain, you're not wrong for that. You're not wrong for
Yeah,
that.
I'm not even trying to date anymore because of the things that I have recently purchased. I'm like, I'm good.
Hey, hey, because the dating part. So
Are
one
those
thing,
back clip? Get the freak out of here.
They're rechargeable. How about that?
So
So
that's what I like about this. This is rechargeable.
it's rechargeable. Does it
Yeah.
have a base?
Yes. It's a cute little
Okay.
base. I also like this. This is called the wand. And it's kind of, I like because it's flexible. But
Oh,
sometimes I like to double team with these. Child, listen,
amen.
ain't nobody gonna
Amen.
take me. Ain't nobody gonna take me back. Mm-mm.
So, listen, if you guys have watched my show, you've seen Janelle on my show before, and it was fantastic. And the last time she was on my show, she was talking about how she wanted to strap up and wear some shit out. So, what's up with that strap up game? It's been about a year. Where you at with that strap up game, girl?
I shall not speak on that. I'm just so quiet, shy, and reserved. I feel like I could be having much more sex in my life. But anytime somebody tries to be like seductive towards me, I be like, me? What? You wanna have sex with me? Oh my God, for real? And then they're like, okay, grow the fuck up, and they run. So yeah, no, I am just so like, and like right now I am extremely like, I feel like my libido, I mean, I've heard these things about when women get in their, mid to late 40s or 30s that, it's time to get it on. And that's where I'm at in life, because like stop signs be looking seductive. So like, I ain't definitely fuck that stop sign. So yeah, I just I'm ready. Like I have so many things on my sex bucket list, if you will.
Mhm.
Uh so yeah, each time I crack one, I'm gonna be like, let's go on the show. I would like to reflect on it.
Hey, and that's fine. So you said something that I think is very interesting that I think all people should have. I think everyone should have a sex bucket list. Like
Yes.
for real. But here's the thing about that sex bucket list. I'm not talking wait till you old and start doing that shit. I'm talking you start writing, start checking, start writing, start
Yeah.
checking. Like
Especially if you have a partner, you better put it out in the universe.
so right now on this show, live in front of all these people, I'm putting out in the universe that when Janelle get that strap up game right, I'm coming. Goddamn. So my
Well,
bucket list.
girl, let it be known that like it was already up before I said it. If it's up, then it's stuck. Okay.
Because
So
if ever you want a chick to strap up and get you goddamn Janelle, you cute too. Let me tell you, that's the fucked up thing about sex sometimes, you guys. When you look up at a motherfucker, they making some fucked up ass face and shit. But if you look up at Janelle,
I don't know, because I'm so goofy. That's the problem. Because I'm over here like, me? You wanna fuck me? Oh my, we're fucking.
they be cracking up.
This is happening. I remember one time I had like the biggest crush on this football player in high school, and we did it. Like we were actively doing it, and I was like, "Oh my god, touchdown!" And like, just like raise the roof, like just goofy, like. And people like, what makes me mad? Like men, like male comics can get pussy like off of being goofy. Women, people be like,
Right, right.
stupid ass
That is
down.
such a double standard.
Yes, it
That
is
is
so
true.
weird. Or like, I think that some people fear that they will become the butt of jokes,
Mhm.
So it is rough. Like I'm a lesbian, but recently I have been trying to like surf for some penis, and yeah, dudes ain't here. They just
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy. So I want to bring in you guys, my producer, Prophet Pete, because when I tell you this is a sex toy savant,
Woo.
Y'all, I feel like we all fit to learn something. Come, bring your ass in. Come on, teach the people. Talk to the people. Janelle VPP. That's Janelle.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello. Sorry we had to meet under these circumstances.
So listen, you guys. Pete got a whole bag of shit. What's in your bag, or what's your favorite toy for you right now?
I got a few. So, especially if it's for the person that I'm with, similar to the rose, it's called the Satisfier, which is just another version of the rose because it uses air pulsations. So it's not like your typical vibrator. So you do get the suction and everything else. That one is amazing. It's freaking amazing. I seen it do some crazy things. But they actually just came out with a male version of the Satisfier, which of course the hole is larger, but you can insert the penis into it and it provides the same pulsations and it's actually warming.
I
So
hope it makes it pee on yourself too.
well, I guess kind of, sort of, kind of. And but one of the craziest toys that I've ever purchased that was a very large investment was the Fleshlight launch. So it basically looks like a damn spaceship. And you insert the fleshlight in it, and it actually moves at different speeds and different depths all by itself. And it connects to an app where your partner can actually control the speed and the depth of the actual fleshlight.
So I do remember that, and I don't remember the name of it, but they did have the thing. It's kind of shaped like a C, so to speak, that you can take, and then your partner can have the remote. So then, like, you could be at dinner, you could be at wherever, and they could just be fucking you up, fucking you up, fucking you up. Like, is it that mobile? Is it something that you could just be out wherever? Or, but
No,
I guess it's an app. How, like,
this thing
what's
is
the
huge.
range on
It's
that?
like about that
Oh, you
big.
gotta have your ass at home.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Cannot
huge.
do that at the Olive Garden. No.
Now you can't do that at the Olive Garden, but they do have one of the best toys to go out on a date with is definitely those the panty vibrator, right? With the remote, and then the actual remote vibrating cock ring for the male. So it's like you can sit there and double team each other and just hit each other at any time. So
I'm just taking notes, you guys. I'm the
I like
novice
that. I
on
think
the
that would
show
be fun
today.
to do like on a first date. Like if you felt like honest, you know how you meet people and you have very intimate conversations
Yes, yes.
before, you actually meet
Hey,
up.
JJ.
And so then, you want to like, you don't want to be a slut and just drop the draws on the first
Right.
night. But if y'all could just sit across from each other and Netflix and chill and be like,
Man, man,
uh.
I want somebody to get me like that. Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm
I
just
am
putting it out in
currently
the
booking a
universe.
flight right now.
Bitch, don't play with me. I'll pay for half of that. I'll get you here, get you back.
Mm-mm.
You need to say
Don't
what it
city girls
is.
be, don't flude me out. Don't do
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
mean,
I
business is
will room
getting
and board
flued
a
out,
motherfucker and
girl.
I'm in it. Listen, Janelle. And both of us will be like, oh my God.
Now, what's gonna be funny is you're gonna be doing your next show, and I'm gonna pop up behind your ass like, yeah,
I'll be like, what are you talking
yeah.
about?
You say you want that? Yeah, I can take you there. Yeah.
No, but it's so interesting though, and the reason, one of the reasons why I feel like we need to dive more into sex toys is just because, well, there is so much out there, and people seem to be so shy in talking about it, where we can freely talk about, oh yeah, we need to have better communication and it's all about the intimacy. But nah, when it's time to get down to it, let's talk about what the fuck's happening when we getting down to it. And really the mechanisms that we can bring into the bedroom can definitely spice things up. Now, on the flip side, I've known people who use toys so much that they're now desensitized to a human.
Yeah.
So then they aren't able to orgasm, come, whatever the case may be, from a human. Have you ever, either one of you, have you ever masturbated so much that just then a person just couldn't get you where you needed them to get you?
I won't say that. I don't feel like I've had that experience. I am notorious for if we 10 minutes in and you're not hitting that spot, I'm definitely going to assist. Like I'm going in with you. Like we're not gonna waste any more time. We got no time to be doing it, you know?
Right.
So yeah. But I don't think I've ever been desensitized, but that is my fear with this rose now, because
Well, I could say for me it would be a plus to be desensitized because it means the stamina's up, go a lot longer, get a lot done, and have a great time. So for me, it works.
Okay.
damn, that is a bonus. Now I'm not worried.
Look, now you got to
Let it happen.
rethink things. Hmm. But I don't. So I have been on both ends. Like I've had such great sex that masturbating was obsolete. But then I've also been in a phase where I had to masturbate more consistently because I wasn't having sex. So then when I did, I had already gotten myself and my body accustomed to exactly what I did. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew exactly where to go, knew exactly how to get it. I could bust 4 or 5 times and be like, whew, that was fantastic. I'm taking a nap. And then the person would then have to work so much harder, so much longer. But it doesn't necessarily mean that because they were working harder longer that it was better for me. I was more like, I could have been finished.
Mm.
So I've been on both ends. And it's hard just for me, you guys, to kind of find a happy medium in the two. Like if I have a regular partner who's giving me some good shit regularly, like it's hard for me to find space or a place to really enjoy masturbating because I'd rather just have who I'm with. And then vice versa. Sometimes I'd be like, okay, well, if I can get this job done, I ain't gotta deal with your shit. And I could bust these nuts with let me just tackle that.
Yeah.
Let me just tackle that. But the spiciness in the bedroom, it definitely can sometimes include some toys. So, you guys, if you have never ever, first things first, we're starting a sexual bucket list. I want to know what your first thing is on your bucket list. DM me, send it to my website, email me. I don't care. I want to know what it is. Maybe you might help me develop my list. But start your sexual bucket list. That is a fantastic idea. And whatever is on there, at least start with like 5 things and really try to tackle it. Try to find you a partner who's willing. Don't leave no stone unturned. Whatever your freakiest shit is, turn that shit up a notch times 5. Add something to it. If you haven't tried any toys, go to the toy store with your partner. Pick something that is pleasing for both of you. Pick something that you know you can start small. Get you some simple shit. Okay, get you some simple shit. Okay,
Well,
and
there
build
is something that's great that, especially for male and female situation. I don't know how it would work on female, but I don't know if you remember Pop Rocks from back in the days, the candy.
Oh yeah, the candy. Oh yeah, when you giving head, you guys, we're gonna have a whole head show. So that's why I ain't saying nothing about that. But yeah, them pop rocks.
Yeah, but they actually have them just for blowjobs. Then they got deep throat spray too, by the way. So, you know, definitely helps out.
Look at Janelle's face. I was like,
I am so enlightened, and y'all gonna make me send text messages that I'm gonna regret, because if I get curved, I'm gonna be mad, but I'm just definitely about to be like, yo, look, I just want to do it for the pop rocks. Like, let's just try it real quick for the pop rocks. Nobody has diabetes. Nobody's gonna know.
You
Nobody.
might as well.
Nobody's gonna know.
Your life is too short to not really just be enjoying and having fun in the bedroom. And I just really, to be honest with you, hate the fact that so many people are just stagnant. So many people are, okay, babe. They don't put on nothing nice. You don't smell good. You don't try anything new. You do the same two, three positions. You only do it twice a week and give your head on your birthday. Like, I hear so many people say, well, how can I or what should I? But then when T.Graye tell y'all asses, you don't go put the shit into action. Stop fucking asking me, you guys. If you're not going to put this shit into action, if you want to have a happy, healthy sex life, guess who has to take control of it? It's not your partner's responsibility, you guys. It's yours. You got to start with you. So if first, if you want to take control of it and you want to make it what you want it to be and you want to be happy, then do some shit to get you going first. Then bring your partner in on it. If your partner's not with it, guess what? Side niggas and side bitches is all over the earth. I'm not. I'm not condoning your actions. But all I'm saying is, get some motherfucking body who will. Somebody who's willing to rock with you. Yes, I said, hey, if I want to be walked around on this floor like a dog with a collar on and you got the leash, god damn it, put Fifi's ass on the collar. And if you uncomfortable with that, you know how many big, strong, ain't right in their head motherfuckers will walk my black ass around. I shared this on my family's page. They're gonna be like, what the? So, but the reality of it is, when it comes to just sexual liberation, being comfortable with yourself sexually, owning who you are, is very, very big. Once you do that, it is also equally important to have a partner who's on that same page. Now, granted, even if you're on the same page, you might be in the top paragraph, I might be in the bottom. But the fact that you're reading the same shit that I'm reading, or at least have the same kind of vision that I have, or at least are accepting of me and what I want and what I like and willing to try, yo, you guys, that's half the fucking battle right there. You know what I mean? It might not be everything that you're into that they're into, but meet halfway. Don't just say no, 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 no. I'm not. Just, when you go into the bedroom with that type of mentality, you reap exactly what you sow. Even though you say you goofy, when you get in the bedroom, you be goofy. You probably have some of the funniest fun sex ever because you goofy than a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like
I'm memorable.
That makes it great for whoever that partner is. You know what I'm saying? This nigga got every toy under the sun. Okay, whatever real woman or android he fucking is happy. Either way it goes. Either way it goes. Nigga, if you was fucking a robot bitch be happy than a mud. If you fucking a real one. If you know what I mean? If you had a real chick and your chick is like, dang, you not here, you out of town. I need you in the app. Hold on, bitch, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes. That is a fantastic thing. People sometimes take those things for granted. But one thing I would like to know, because I recently had this conversation with somebody, we were talking about body counts. Do body counts matter in the lesbian community?
I think to some extent it does. But I think it's more of an expression, like not necessarily the numbers, but how you express yourself for those numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, were you going through a whole phase where were you just trying to find yourself or claim your sexuality? I think women or, people in that spectrum are more forgiving on numbers when you're trying to find what is for you. But I definitely think that some women do, especially like Some women just don't like bisexual women, or some women just, you know, when it comes to pansexuality, bisexuality, whatever,
Mhm.
those numbers matter more than maybe their numbers with that gender, you know, that gender that they, you know, identify as. So it just depends, you know, it's a very mathematical game when it comes to
It
being a lesbian.
is, but you guys, I wonder why is the math so important? Like Prophet, do you, because you're a heterosexual male, are the numbers a deal breaker for you?
Nah, definitely not. Only because it's like you were finding yourself. So those numbers, even though you might have got a lot of bodies, they might not have been quality bodies. So hey, it's just it is what it is.
Yeah, so I was having this discussion earlier with another comedian, and he was like, well, dang, T, if you did X, Y, and Z, and now you got so many bodies. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. First off, who told you to add and subtract my shit? Let's start there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Second, if a person goes into the bedroom too knowledgeable, let me not say a person, let me say a woman. If we step into the bedroom, especially in a heterosexual situation, and we know too much, or we're too good, or do something too right, then the question of how many people you slept with is now a negative. But guess what? I had to learn this shit somewhere, motherfucker. So you know what I mean? Like, so then then it's like, oh well, if you had X amount of people, oh, then you was a hoe, you was this, you was that. Like, I personally don't understand that part. So that's why I kind of wonder, well, what is it different when it comes to homosexual relationships? Is it not just, well, we just here, I like you, you like me, let's do this thing. You know what I mean? Oh, that shit was good, it was good. Wherein you're not judged for being knowledgeable, being skillful, having dated maybe more than one person in a year, whatever the case may be. Like, to me, it's crazy that these kinds of things are frowned upon. Is there any negative stereotypes for you, Janelle, if you go into the bedroom and you too good or you too knowledgeable?
Some people might be like, oh yeah, she's nasty, she was a slut, you know, like, apparently. I mean, it just varies. I don't feel like I've never dealt with like the stigma of people being like, damn, well, where did you learn that choking method from, you know? I just, but I've heard stories about, you know, people's experience with people, you know, being like, some people just get intimidated by people's sex drive, or, you know, their abilities, you know. And I've been in a relationship where somebody just did not care for my sex drive. Like, I wanted it all the time, every time. And they were like, let's just do it on holidays, you know? And I'm like, that's not going to work.
Mhm.
So, you know, never felt judged about how freaky I was, but definitely judged about how many times a day I could accomplish freakiness, you know. So
And I think that's crazy. So is that a deal breaker if somebody is not on the same sexual level, same sex drive? Do we leave?
in that situation, I wanted to stay because I loved them. So it was just like one of those flaws, you know. But moving forward, hell to the no. Like, I'm at my sexual prime scientifically. We gonna be fucking. Like, we gonna be making love, we gonna be fucking, we just gonna be dry humping, we just gonna be fingering each other. It's gonna be a lot of different things going on, you know. We might just be watching each other masturbate. It don't matter. Like, but it's gonna be happening. Like,
Hmm. Hmm. What about you, Prophet? Is that a deal breaker? An
Uh,
unmatched sex drive?
I dealt with that for a long time.
Hmm.
But again, I was in a committed relationship, so I stood. Always tried to break them out of it. Didn't work out too well. But yeah, it could definitely be a deal breaker. They got to be a happy medium.
Yeah.
So even though your drive might not be as high as mine, you don't got to match me, but meet me somewhere in the middle.
Mm.
So
did,
that's
So
the way it works.
Do you feel, were you ever accused of cheating because you had a high, a high sex drive?
Um, I think that there was a conversation that we had after it was over, and it was like, "What do you do now that you're not with me? Because all you like to do is this." And I'm like, "Well, don't worry about that because I'm not doing it with you." But you know, it was just one of those things. But I've always been accused of, doing something outside of what I was supposed to be doing because it was so high.
Yeah, that's crazy though that it works that way, where people have these insecurities because they know that they're not willing to meet and or satisfy what your requirement is. And then even though they're not willing, then it's, oh well, somebody else must be doing it since I'm not. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but to me, that is just a person's insecurity. The reality of it is, 9 times out of 10, if you love somebody, and I mean like not no bullshit ass, you know what I mean, like really in love with a person, you make certain concessions, even though their drive might not match yours, whatever the case may be. You make certain concessions because you want to be with that person. But the reality, I think, is that when you know that you're not even willing to meet your partner halfway, you got to check yourself. You got to step your game up. Why would you then leave space to have something come up? Coffee Ninja, first off, Coffee Ninja, where was you at last week? Okay, kiss my ass. Shouting you out and everything. You wasn't even here. Um, he says, my woman thought I was cheating because of my high sex drive, because I can have sex and then 2 hours later be masturbating again. Wow, bruh. Okay. So at some point, she thought she wasn't pleasing me. I just told her I'm just a horny guy and that she does please me. So then my question would be, okay, so if 2 hours later you ready to bust a nut again, why wouldn't you 2 hours later fuck her? Or did she go home? Or so for me, I am one of those, I want to get it real good. I want to take a 20-minute nap and I want to get it again. And I want to be able to be pleasing to you. I want you to be able to be pleasing to me. But at the same time, if you felt like you still had to get up and masturbate, I would also feel like, dang, I'm not giving you the best pussy I give you, you know what I mean? Or I'm not, it would make me second guess myself. Even if we just tore it up, even if I'm sleep with my thumb in my mouth, you sleep with your thumb in my ass. I'm still, if you get up 2 hours later and you're still horny, yet you don't come for me to then be up with you and participate,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I would feel some level of insecurity. I would feel as if I'm not pleasing the person. If you are so horny or if you have that many nuts in your system, first off, Coffee Ninja 301-957-1466, call me. But no, but seriously, you do have to consider the other person's feeling or emotion. Like you kind of got to step into their shoes for a minute. Maybe if it were reversed, would you feel slighted if your woman still has to masturbate after, say, you feel like, hey, I'm Coffee Ninja, I done came in here, put that caffeine, hit it, oh no, I done ripped it. You know what I'm saying? I seen you with the beard, you done put all that shit on her, and then she's like, I'm up. Let me just, and you right there. Would it not make you feel like, hey, well, maybe you need to step the game up. Maybe you need to pound it more. Maybe you need to whatever. It would, to me, I think, kind of resonate with you in the back of your mind. You know what I mean? Not purposely. You know what I mean? Or then what I would do to rectify that, if I know that I still want and or need to masturbate, I would at least give them the option to watch. Or I would say, hey, baby, I want to watch you. Even if my mind is on, I just want to bust this nut and I don't really feel like fucking, I'm going to say, hey, why don't you let me watch you now? If old girl be like, oh no, I'm tired, I don't feel like it. all right, bitch, I'm about to go ahead and rip this shit up. But at least the communication is there. At least you're expressing some level of interest and having her to participate in that form sexually. You know what I'm saying? Give her an opportunity. Or I will wait for her to leave, take her ass home, and then masturbate all over the motherfucking house if I wanted to. There's options. You got options.
From the window to the wall.
Yeah, you have options, but I think that the first option, especially if she expresses that, hey, this makes me feel this way, my first option would be let me try to include you in some way. And then if that doesn't work, or if you at least give her the option, allow her the space to say no, or I'm good, or I'm sleepy, or I'm whatever. And then, yeah, rip it up. But definitely you got to put yourself in your partner's shoes sometimes. Even I would feel some kind of way. But being um not having my needs met, or if I know that I'm in a situation and we're not right here on the same page sexually, y'all, I can't take it for so long. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I'll be quite honest with you. Even if the person, everything is amazing about the person, like ain't but so much masturbating in the world, ain't but so many toys I could buy. I'd be like, ugh. I don't know how long. I don't like the love will have to be so super powerful. Like have to have a cape on it because at some point, like if there's no hope at whatever age I am now, then what's the hope 20, 30 years from now? I'm just gonna be an old dried up cooch having lady. I don't want to be an old dried up cooch having lady. I don't.
Me either. Me
I
either.
don't. I want you to eat this thing regularly, and I want you to beat it up. And I'm still in have a cycle phase, so at least you get a week off once a month. But them other 21 fucking days, and other 3 weeks, out of 21 days, I need at least 14, 15.
I was gonna say I could give you 19, but whatever
Let
you
me tell
want.
you
It's great.
something, bitch. I'm coming to
Whatever
Canada.
you want.
You talking about? Like you talking about? I'm a
Whatever
squirt.
you
You
want.
gonna listen? Instead of putting your hand in motherfucking bun, bitch, you gonna have to get a goddamn scarf. You gonna have to put the shit. What's the women
I
putting on
got
their
a
head with
lock
these
stock.
goddamn
I stay
pillowcases and
ready. I
shit?
stay ready. Don't.
They be like, "Look, kid, you knew. You
Be
say you don't like
cornholio
no
on
squirters,
that
which I will pee on you."
ass. Listen. Listen.
I already, I'm going to go buy a rose. Look, we done ran over our hour. Let me let me wrap these people up. So you guys,
In conclusion, we have a date.
you see me cheesing? That's a real smile. So, couple of things, you guys. Hope you were taking notes. You got to have your sexual bucket list. You need to hit the toy store, okay, with or without your partner, but you need to start making a change to add some toys to the bedroom. And if you're going to add some toys, the Satisfier, the Rose, vibrating cock ring shit. Apparently that's automatic. I didn't know about that. Now I gotta find me somebody with a cock to do that because that sounds fun. Panty vibrator. Need to experience that in my life. That's going on the bucket list. What you say the flashlight thing was? What did you say?
The fleshlight.
Flashlight. That's a goddamn rocket up your cooch. Don't know who wants that, but apparently it's awesome and it comes with the app, so your man can send the rocket up your cooch. Yeah, that is the recap. If you're not willing to try anything new with your partner, self-evaluation, you guys. Okay, have to leave you all on a positive note. Self-evaluation. You got to be willing to bring some new things into the bedroom. It doesn't always have to be a toy. Hell, it could be a person. Whatever the case may be, don't allow your sex life to become stagnant. Don't allow your sex life to become boring. And you definitely don't want it to be without fun. You want to be able to laugh. You want to be able to have humor in the bedroom. You want to have some goofy shit going on. Try something new. Life is too short, you guys, to be having some fucked up ass sex lives. That's how we gonna leave it. That's how we
Yeah,
gonna leave it.
and we too old to not be out here like getting what we want out of it. Don't just be having sex with somebody and letting them get their nut in and you not. Don't do that.
Coffee
Don't.
Ninja says he dress up like a clown and fuck her silly. Go somewhere now,
I think
Coffee.
that's what I do too.
Dress up like a clown. First though, why do your girl like to fuck clowns? That's a deeper problem. Okay. I don't know what she was going through as a kid. Can you imagine as a kid? She was her panties wet at the circus. We not. That's a whole nother show. We're gonna whole nother show. What was your panties doing wet at the circus, young lady? Okay, you tell her I want to know. I want to know.
I can think of multiple reasons why, but I will
Listen,
not
that
speak on
goddamn
it.
red nose had her buzzing Coffee Ninja. If you putting on the red nose, I dare you to take a picture and put it as your profile picture. I dare you. I just want to see it. So you guys, this has been fun. I know we got off started talking about the verdict. It was so necessary. So necessary. Switching gears totally, but the world is just in a very different place right now. I definitely hope that when my children become adults and my children's children become adults, that they're not still having to protest the same things that we're having to protest. That they're not still, and although Derek Chauvin being found guilty was a win for us, and people are excited and screaming, hollering, dancing in the streets. I would rather the world not be in a position where we have to dance in the streets because a man had to die in that way in order for somebody to hold people accountable, police accountable for their actions. You know what I mean? The hope is that something better is coming behind this. Um, that's the hope. Joe Biden told um, the young man's daughter that her dad essentially has changed the world. So let's not let George Floyd be in vain, you guys. Just real talk. Let's not let that death be in vain. If it is meant to change the world, affect change, ain't Jemima's up off the box and all types of shit, whatever else is coming behind the death of George Floyd, I hope it is all positive movement for us as a people and positive enlightenment to remove some of the officers that really don't belong in a position of protecting and serving. So, that being said, go fuck something. Feel better. It's going to be okay. And we will see you all next week, Tuesday, 9 p.m. Motherfucking Coffee Ninja's gonna send in a picture of him with the clown suit on. Okay. Excuse me. We're gonna have another dope guest. We're gonna have a whole lot more fun. And if you need some sex advice, hit my website, www.sextalkwithtgraye.com. You can get one-on-one sex advice with me. You can also buy some of my merch. You guys, I'm gonna bring out some new fresh shit for the spring. It's gonna be dope. In the meantime, in between time, if you're not following my guests, get your ass from up underneath the rock. Follow my girl. Get all them laughs at Miss Just Laugh, minus the T. At Miss Just Laugh. She is in Kansas, tearing it up and all over the place. And I absolutely love her. Crushing on her. You my new comedy crush. I didn't know who was gonna
Thank
be.
you. Thank you. Well, come on and come out and visit me, girl, and we can like do it in person. We can crush on each other in person.
He's so silly. So silly. And thank you to Prophet Pete hopping in, always with the knowledge, always on the ready. Okay, I appreciate you, bruh. You guys, one day we're gonna get him to bring his whole bag of toys out. He's just gonna show and tell. We're gonna have another show and tell Tuesday. They really dive into this. But we will see you all again. Thank you for joining. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll catch y'all next Tuesday. Bye bye.